Welcome to the 5th session of Conquering Stress. In our last session, we explored how enjoying plenty of time to play and have fun can be a great way to not only reduce stress, but bring our lives into balance. I hope that each of you found time for either vigorous or relaxing playtime this week, and that you are changing how you spend your time so having fun becomes something you normally do instead of something you mostly just talk about and wish you did. Today we are to explore love and intimacy. How improving relationships can greatly reduce stress. Our goal is to bring greater closeness and openness into our relationships so we can enjoy the powerful effects that healthy, trusting, and intimate relationships can bring into a Christian's life. When you hear the word intimacy, what do you think of? A steamy physical encounter? Maybe a budding romance with lots of tingly feelings, anticipation, and possibilities. Or maybe you think of that cute older couple who know each other so well that they can tell what the other wants and what the other is thinking with a simple look. Intimacy happens when a relationship grows in love the way God intended. It is about being close enough that you can be open. It is a trusting relationship where both people can feel safe enough to let themselves be vulnerable. In a truly intimate relationship, whether with a spouse, a relative, or a friend, there is no need for secrets. You can express your real feelings, your whole self, and you can trust this person completely. Intimacy also results in and is marked by a sense of unity and belonging. When intimacy is achieved, other parts of the relationship change. Selfishness becomes pointless and begins to fall away, as pleasing or helping the other person brings you as much pleasure as it does for them. Being in close, intimate relationships is part of God's plan for us as Christians. A close, trusting relationship can give us a glimpse into God's character. In fact, the very concept of family was given to us as a way for us to better understand God's relationship with His Son. God wants us to understand unconditional love, unity, commitment, forgiveness, and trust. And all of these can best be experienced through intimacy. And look at what Jesus commands about love. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. When we look at the love, care, and sacrifice that Christ made for his friends and for us, his church, it becomes clear that we can and should give ourselves fully in love within our own marriage. Marriage works best when there is a third party involved. This third person, of course, is Jesus Christ. As husband and wife grow closer to Christ, they grow closer to each other. And as they grow closer as a couple, they also grow even closer to Christ. This closeness is intimacy, and Jesus has provided the greatest example of selfless, loving, forgiving, sacrificial love to allow intimacy in his relationship with us. If we could each follow Christ's example more closely in our own marriages and our other close relationships, imagine how much more enjoyable and richer with love our life could be. Building intimacy is hard work, but can truly be the beginning of the end of stress in our lives. Gaining intimacy in a relationship cannot be done overnight. 3 aspects of the relationship must all change for a relationship to truly grow to an intimate level. The first change to building intimacy is to break down the barriers. A relationship can only truly become intimate when there is a deep sense of trust. Because we are sinful beings, trust can take a long time to build, but can be broken quickly. A common myth is that trust must be earned. This is a myth because it is impossible to earn trust. While it is true that trustworthy behavior is needed to prevent trust from being broken, in the end, trust is a decision. I must choose to trust, in spite of my fears, in spite of past betrayals or failures. Trust means to believe deeply in the goodness of the person I love, that they want what is best for me and for us. Does this sound difficult? Actually, it is impossible on our own. Forgiving another person for past mistakes is only the beginning. To truly trust in another person, we first must have faith in God. I must trust God to watch over me, to change both of our hearts, for God's goodness to shine through the person I love, and for God to do the heavy lifting for our relationship. When we both love and trust in God, we can begin to trust each other. Drop this barrier to intimacy and grow closer to each other. An old saying is, "A family that prays together stays together." The truth in this lies in our shared love and trust in God. That brings us together. It helps us to love and trust in each other enough to let our guard down and let the other person in. Lack of trust is a barrier to intimacy. Once this barrier is removed, we can begin to make other changes to build intimacy. Building intimacy in a relationship is a mutual journey. Both must choose to go on the journey. Each must be willing to make changes in themselves and must accept that building intimacy takes time and effort and prayer. The second change that occurs as a relationship moves toward intimacy is the growth of loving behavior. Loving behavior includes both how you behave toward your loved one today, as well as how you show them through your choices that you value them and the relationship. Loving behavior can come in many forms, but always means following Christ's example. That is, to put the other above one's self. Look at this passage about love. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. One way to show loving behavior is through attentiveness. Attentiveness simply means paying attention to the person you love. This can include making the simple effort to notice when that first person worked hard at something, or being there for them when they are having a bad day or are troubled by something, or noticing when they need something and stepping up to meet that need. Another way to show loving behavior is through affirmation. To affirm someone means to declare through your spontaneous words and actions that they have value and are important to you. Affirmation is spontaneous behavior from the heart, not planned romantic gestures. Whether that means doing little things to make their day easier, coming to their defense when someone speaks badly about them, or adjusting your own priorities to put that person first, affirmation is all about letting the love flow through you so that by reflex you put that person and the relationship above other things. A third form of loving behavior is affection. Affection in marriage can mean anything from doing something sweet and romantic, reaching out to hold their hand, a kiss, a massage, or even something passionate or sexual. But most importantly, affection is loving behavior when your primary motivation is to reach out. To show love Affectionate behavior is never selfish. It is intended to show a desire to express one's love and desire to be pleasing to the one you love. Attentiveness, affirmation, and affection are three excellent ways to show loving behavior, but there are others equally as effective. Your group will be discussing some additional loving behaviors from your workbook. Any of these actions can help grow intimacy in your relationship. Some of our most important emotional needs and validation as a person can be best and most directly met by a person that we enjoy intimacy with. The third change in the relationship is when we experience oneness. Oneness, or unity, is sparked and nurtured as our loving behavior toward each other becomes habit. When two people trust each other and have a bond of unity, they grow in desire to become transparent to each other. Intimacy is the awe we feel when we stand before someone we love and know that we are truly loved in return. Intimacy is a wonderful closeness expressed in openness with another person. Intimacy truly is a journey, not a destination. So there is no waiting to begin to enjoy its benefits. The journey to grow more intimate can be very enjoyable. Intimate relationships provide a greater sense of belonging, a safe place in our lives to channel our sources of stress, and a powerful outlet for the stress we have. After you leave here today, you will have opportunity to explore some of your own closest relationships. The extra credit in your workbook includes a worksheet on intimacy, which can help you examine and improve the intimacy in your closest relationships. The results could be surprising and help you grow closer in unexpected ways. It is also my hope that over time you will continue to grow closer to each member of this small group. Enjoy your discussion.